Wow. That is why we love professional wrestling. The Wyatt Six, or Wyatt Sick, as they refer to it, I believe. Wow. What an entrance. The camera work, people in the back, absolutely bludgeoned. Looked like they were dead. It looked like it was a crime scene. But I believe that we've seen Gunther there, Chad Gable, this Braun Strowman in the back laid out. I think even Carmelo Hayes laid out in the back. Watch that ending 5 or 6 times. Phenomenal. Though a complaint. It was on WWE Digital. They're like after Raw, right? And they're interviewing Jey Uso. He's like, yeah, we gotta be careful about that Wyatt about the Wyatt Six. It's still killing every year. Like that, no big deal. We'll just continue to have back to normal, back to usual as the CSI unit comes in. But yeah, everything was shot perfectly. It was a nice debut. Nice debut. Really gave you the. If you hate scary stuff, well, if you watched it, you were scared, and if you missed it, you were glad that you didn't watch it because you hate scary stuff. And this was a long time coming, right? The WWE was leaving little eggs with the QR codes. With Uncle Howdy, if you look, there was like up in the stands certain weeks, QR codes. You have just many hints dropped. Now, if you look at, and by the way, that when they had the old theme of Bray Wyatt, about how emotional was that, right? They kept that. They kept the lantern, which was great. So if you counted, they weren't 6 people out there, but I think whoever was part of that group was they would have debuted last night. I think that 6th member is the lantern. They're going to use that to channel Bray, and he is that 6th member. That's what I feel. Look, phenomenal entrance. You know what you worry about is that once everything is done, the entrance, the glitz and glamour, what's going to be inside the wrestling ring. Now, these seem to be kind of related to the Fiend, right? And if you remember with the Fiend, for no fault of Bray, it's just the Fiend after a while became too hokey, it just became too wonky. It's hard to, just a little bit out there as far as his merchandise. If you follow the QR codes, they each tell a story about who you've seen in the ring. Dexter Lewis, they've described him as, just kind of being on the roster. While he loved being on the roster, and WWE just forgot about it. QR code, which Eric Rowan, who's another member, under a mask now, who had they explained him as one that was already there, and he knew what it was all about, and now he's back home. Joe Gacy, who's another supposed rumored member of this group, was beaten the last time we seen on NXT. That's the code that's one of the codes they described the story. So all of this seems like, and it seems like it's it's already been explained now. The amount of people that actually follow that QR code, I don't know the percentage. I don't think many people do. I think the diehard, 14, 15-year-old is looking at the QR codes. I don't think a 40-something-year-old man like I am has time to look at the QR codes, and then maybe they are oblivious to this. But there is a story to these characters already, which is key. Now, just where I kind of lose how it's going to work. Are they going to be fighting in masks? Because you're already losing their the moneymakers, so to speak. You're losing the expressions on their face. So they're going to be wearing masks. Are we supposed to forget that they were Dexter Loomis, and these are just brand new characters? How is this going to portray in the ring is the main question. That's why I'd rather it have been kind of like a rebirth, sort of the Wyatt family, because it's easier at that point to kind of make it translate in the ring, as opposed to these type of characters which seem to be at least supernatural in my viewing of them. You're gonna have to show what's their vulnerability, what is their weakness. Will that work with these type of a character that you have portrayed? It's all gonna come down to the ring. Based on the QR codes and how into detail they are with this whole QR codes, and the fact that this is kind of like a legacy group in memory of Bray Wyatt, I think they already have this figured out just by already what we've seen in QR codes that a lot of people do not know. So I think this will work somehow, and just got a lot of, I think, play out. Again, love the entrance, just a little bit concerned how we're going to make this translate on TV, being that it's an extension of The Fiend and not so much, of Bray Wyatt of the Wyatt family. And you remember, how Seth Rollins against The Fiend had to stack up chairs and tables and ladders and beat it down with a sledgehammer. Kind of got a little wonky there. And I don't think it will work. Wonky will work, with this type of group. I think, I think Triple H has this figured out, and he already has a whole story behind this, and look forward to it being explained.